It's time for Boots and Armchairs,
a treasure hunters podcast.
I'm going on an adventure!
It's another Bobby Dazzler.
A real-life buried treasure.
One of the most famous uncracked codes of all time.
Let's go find the treasure!
Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of Boots and Armchairs,
a treasure hunters podcast.
We are your hosts, Deidra and Dustin White.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going fantastic.
I am so happy to be here right now. I am stoked.
You're probably almost as happy and excited as I am.
Probably more so.
I don't know.
We've been looking forward to making this podcast for a long time.
We have, and now look at us. We're doing it. We're doing the thing.
Yes, because treasure hunting is life.
Around here it is. Never a dull moment.
Yeah, well, have you been working on any fun treasure hunts this week?
All the treasure hunts, all the time.
Yeah, well, I've been working on The Secret.
Of course,
as
that's
usual.
a constant conversation at our house.
I've been looking a little bit at Forrest Fenn. I reread an article that I wrote last year about breakfast tea and bourbon.
Yes,
It's been 2 years since
I was going to say 2 years,
since
right?
that treasure had been found, and I wrote the anniversary article for it last year on Mysterious Writings, which is an awesome website. You should all go there.
Check it out.
Check it out. There's all sorts of cool stuff there about all the treasure hunts.
All the hunts.
Yeah,
All
so-
the time.
I've been looking at that. What have you been looking at anything specific?
As you know, our conversations with The Secret, I'm currently very intrigued by this Portland treasure chart, which I've been talking about forever and been trying to dive into some historical records and some old maps, see if I can track down that information.
Yeah, it's worth some money.
Maybe.
Did you find it?
If anything, I want to know if it's even real in the historical local context about it.
Yeah,
I want to go see it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna dive into a bunch of different kinds of treasure hunts on this podcast. We're gonna look at old historical things like the Portland treasure chart, like the Lost Dutchman's mine.
Yes.
Like old stuff, we were talking about Masquerade. That's one of our favorites we always look through that book all the time.
It's kind of an anchor. It's that one thing when people say armchair treasure hunts, and even if it's not the first, it's kind of an iconic thing. It was new. It really set off a bunch of new treasure hunts after that.
It sure did. It was kind of revolutionary at the time,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. You've been studying a lot. So.
Yeah, I have.
That's something we'll look forward to speaking about. But today, we're not speaking about any of the treasure hunts we've been working on.
Nothing from the past, something from the future.
Exactly. Something that is not even released yet. Our first guest is going to be one of the founders of the brand new treasure hunt that is launching on Saturday, August 17th. That's like now, almost,
Almost.
It's upon us, basically. This treasure hunt is called the Hidden Secrets app, and it's a digital treasure hunt through an app on your phone. And we're going to talk to one of the founders and find out more about it.
And these founders, it's a group of them, and they don't want to have their faces out there just yet. It's a community thing. So we have someone coming in incognito.
Yeah, we've been told to call him Mr. S, and we'll be patching him in pretty soon.
I'm excited about this hunt. We've been talking about it for a long time.
I actually won a little contest that they put on 9 months ago or so, where I won a drawing, I guess, and I received some T-shirts from them with the Hidden Secrets
right.
symbol on them, right?
Yeah, you still wear those a lot.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know.
I like hidden stuff. I like secrets.
Yeah, you do have. What if I wanted a T-shirt? Guess I should have entered the contest, huh?
I think I read somewhere they're going to have like an online store so you can buy yourself a T-shirt someday. Sweet.
I can't wait for the online store. I like me some swag.
Swag, yeah. Looks like Mr. S is on the line. You want to patch him in?
Yep, let me grab him.
All right, and Mr. S, are you there?
Hi, thank you for having me, you guys.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you, wanting to do this. We're really excited about your app. We're really excited about the possibilities of doing a virtual treasure hunt and maybe making some money off of it, right?
Great to hear.
Yeah, well, we're stoked. We're happy for you guys, and we're really excited to get to start playing this thing. We are calling you Mr. S because you guys don't really want any of the founders' identities known, right? Because this isn't really about you guys. it's about the puzzles and the experience. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We all have unique backgrounds, and some of us are in the creative industry and others in the professional industry. And we really wanted the focus of this game to be on storytelling and introducing an entirely new form factor for mobile and interactive gaming. And so, yeah, we've decided to go anonymous.
Well, that's awesome. That's really cool that it's, something that's about the community basically and about the experience you're having with this app and in Treasure Hunt in general. So we can appreciate that. And we do have some questions for you about the app if you're prepared to answer some.
I'm excited.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, go ahead, Deidra.
All right. So first and foremost, I'm really kind of curious what inspired you to get your friends or group of people together to create the Hidden Secrets app?
Yeah, it's a great question. So all of us are gamers in one sense of the word, either mobile gamers or treasure hunters or puzzlers. A lot of us do Sudoku on paper. And when we were all together one day, we're all friends, at least the founding group. And then, of course, we brought on other talent that we needed to help get this game across the line. But the core founding team, we were all friends beforehand. And one day we were all talking about all the different type of game styles that we've all played before. And we thought, how cool would it be if we could merge all of these unique concepts together and actually create an exciting treasure hunt for people all over the world to play. That's a big part of the Hidden Secret mission. It's to enable everyone all across the world, no matter where you are or what kind of skill sets you have, to be able to experience going on a treasure hunt and hunting for a real prize. And so that's the basis of all the things that we're doing here.
That's really incredible. There's a big treasure hunting community worldwide. So I hope this is a really big hit for you guys, because I think the world kind of needs something like this.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really unique. I was just thinking, we've had these similar conversations before with friends or even just between Dustin and I, but I love that you guys sat down and you're like, let's do this.
Let's just make it.
Yeah, it's an interesting fact is this is actually our first game we've ever created. So no one on the team is actually a mobile game developer or has any mobile game development experience.
Wow.
So this was also a very fun and challenging experience, as you could imagine, actually getting this across the line. But it's been such a wonderful couple years working with the team we have here and creating the puzzles and figuring it all out. And we're excited to give everyone the first sneak peek of the game this weekend.
Yeah, that's super exciting. And a follow-up question I had was, you just said you've been working on it for a couple of years. The development time for this game has been quite some time, a long period, right?
Yeah, it's been just under 2 years in development. And like I said, one of the challenges, of course, is that none of us were actual game designers in the beginning. So there was a lot of learning curve for us. But also, most importantly, we're not following a model. And so it was very difficult to try to create a concept that we think people would actually engage with from scratch, a completely new concept. And that, of course, is a challenge as well. And the game we're releasing this weekend is actually a micro set of our bigger games. There's a lot of really cool features and functionality that we've built or are building that's not in this release. This release is really to engage the audience and our fans and the just awesome community that has supported us so far in actually contributing their ideas and their feedback to the game. We want it to be a community-driven experience. So we thought, why not release a prelude with just some of the core features and actually get feedback from the community, not only in bugs or issues with the game, but also in gameplay and other ideas. So when we release the bigger game later in the year, we can have some of that feedback incorporated.
That's really interesting. So as far as you said, we've got the prelude here. When do we think we're going to expect the next one after this?
So I guess it really depends. The most of the core puzzles are already developed, not only designed but actually integrated into the app, as well as a lot of more gamified interactive functionality that's not included in the prelude. However, we don't want to quite yet publish a release date for the bigger game because what we really want to know is the feedback from the community, and based on that will probably significantly adjust when we'll release the bigger game based on what we hear from you guys.
I like that. It's kind of your test run, your beta test, if you will, maybe.
Yeah, I guess we're a little beyond beta.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
But it's more about let's release the core features that are ready now so that we can work with the community to actually have a community-driven game where everyone can contribute ideas and how to expand and grow the game instead of jumping right into a brand new concept without any actual engagement from our fans.
Love it.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm really stoked to log in for that first time on Saturday and begin finding journal pages or pieces of a journal. Can you explain how that works a little bit, or what are we going to be doing during the game?
Yeah, it's a great question, and this is probably where we're going to get a lot of feedback, because this is where we start introducing new concepts that haven't really been utilized in mobile. In the first half of the day, you will be collecting page pieces around your neighborhood. And these are randomized locations in your personal community. Again, a huge part of this game is so that everyone can play it around the world. So as soon as you open up the game, we analyze where you are and then drop page pieces for you to go and collect, similar to Pokemon Go.
Cool.
And then once you get to one of those page pieces, you will play an interactive mini game of some sorts. We have a bunch of different ones that that you'll be familiar with. Some of them are ones that you'll probably played in other games, but that we've customized and made unique to Hidden Secret. And then once you've collected all of the page pieces, you will compile them into a single journal page. And from there is a riddle or a mystery that you have to solve on that page. Okay. And what makes this unique is you won't be able to solve all of them. Unless you're a genius, most of them will require you to pull out a pen, paper, Google a map, and actually physically solve the puzzles with real world items. So again, it's this really unique bridge between digital interactive games as well as kind of traditional armchair treasure hunting or geocaching and things like that.
Interesting. I like that.
That's a lot of fun. So when you get the journal pages and you piece them together, are they going to form something kind of like we've been seeing you guys release over the past couple months, like the little teaser puzzles that have been coming our way on like Facebook and whatnot?
That's exactly right. So what the page pieces will create a page very similar to what we've been releasing on Facebook. We did that specifically to help kind of train people to get used to what they'll see. Except in the actual game, there's an underlying story. So it's not just a puzzle on the page, it's actually a storyline. So each page will develop out a story. And then, of course, the puzzles within the game are significantly more challenging than the ones released on social media.
That's awesome. That's really cool that it's not just a confined, when the full experience comes out after the prelude, what I'm hearing is it's not just one little piece of a puzzle, but it's kind of a piece of the bigger overarching puzzle for, I guess it's going to be an entire month for the campaigns, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Once we launch the main game, we will be doing month-long treasure hunt.
That's super cool. I'm really looking forward to this stuff.
So once that treasure hunt, that the month-long campaign that ends, it goes away, right? And you can't come back to it, or someone new can't jump in, or is that something that stays? I guess I'm just trying to figure that out.
Yeah, no, we'll keep all of the old campaigns running, so anyone will be able to go and play them. But once the treasure is found, you can't. No one else can win the treasure. But the campaigns will always exist because a lot of time and energy has gone into them, and people love to do puzzles. So we definitely want to keep those puzzles alive. but there is definitely first come, first served play here. Even though you might be able to play it later on, once the treasure's been found, it'll have been found for good.
Sorry.
Because what I was thinking, I really love that you can come back and anybody could come back and play that campaign. So you and I, let's say we get super excited, we love that one, and we're like, hey, you've got to try out this new game. It's more than, yes, the treasure's already been found. Even if you're the first one, you're not the first one, you can recommend a friend play it and they'd still have a good time. I don't know. I really like that. It sticks around.
Yeah, that's fun. Another thing, correct me if I misunderstand this, but people can basically jump in anytime and catch up. Is that right? So if you had during your like month-long campaign, if somebody finds out about Hidden Secrets, like 20 days in, they can basically use those last 10 days of the campaign period and kind of catch up to everybody else. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely correct. And that's going to be true for the 7-day prelude as well.
Oh, great.
So every day, a new page is released, and you can only play up to that page until the next day when another page is released. But if you jump in, say, 3 days into the prelude, you'll be able to collect page pieces for those first 3 pages all at once.
That is awesome.
So you can definitely catch up. And I guess while we're on the daily page release, the reason we did that is because we wanted to make the game as fair as possible. What we didn't want to happen was very experienced treasure hunters, or it's more puzzlers, people who are very experienced at puzzles, don't just get together in a group and then on day one of the game releasing, just power through the whole game in 48 hours with a bunch of coffee and caffeine drinks and just complete the whole thing. So this is a really unique concept to mobile gaming. It hasn't been done yet, but we wanted to do that page release so that everyone has kind of a fair shot. And then, of course, on the last day, it's going to be crazy free-for-all. But leading up to that process, we wanted to definitely make the game fair play for everyone.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. So, if somebody is super smart and like for this prelude, it's going to be 7 days worth of journal pages to find and puzzles to solve. If they're really have figured some things out, is there a chance that they might know what the final solution is like on day 5, but not be able to enter it until day 7? Like what I mean is it solvable before you get the final clue?
There are clues to the final treasure on every page, except a couple in the main game, but pretty much every page has clues.
Okay.
And it's designed to require you to kind of collect all the pages to be able to solve it. Okay. That being said, some people might be able to completely picture the solution in their head when they have very minimal hints. Of course, it's possible, but it's definitely been designed to kind of require you to play to the end. But also, even if you do figure it out halfway through, you can't solve the final puzzle until the last day anyway.
Gotcha. Oh, that's
cool. So it still gives everyone a fair chance to also think through the end.
Oh, that's really cool.
Like, do the days reset at the same time for all the regions?
Yeah, so that's, again, one of the reasons we launched the Prelude is there's several concepts in the game that we really want to test. Some people will love it, some people might hate it, and we really want to get that feedback. One of those is, when do we release the page pieces? For the Prelude, we are going to be picking a fairly central time so that everyone, especially because our core market is U.S. and Canada, so that everyone in the U.S. and Canada has a fair time zone to play in. It'll be around end of work time. And then also time that some of the other regions that have shown lots of interest around the world will also be able to play. And so for the Prelude, we're doing a fixed time every day. But that's one of the pieces of feedback we want to hear from people is, one of the ideas we played with was doing a randomized time. So every day it's a random time. But then, we don't want people to feel like they're being excluded because they can't get out of school for another 5 hours or work. And so we really, this is a big part of this because, again, it's a new concept and there's not really a model for us to follow. So we're kind of building a model here and we want to hear the community's feedback.
I like that.
Yeah, very cool. So another question we have is about The prelude is called the Escape Prelude, and that's referring to the full campaign Escape in Time. Is that right? Does one flow into the other whenever the next one does launch?
Yeah, so the prelude is definitely an actual prelude story to the main campaign. It's not just puzzles. There's an actual really very well written and created and masterfully voiced story in the main game. And so for the prelude, we wanted to write a little prequel to that bigger story. So it definitely does bleed into each other.
That's awesome. Like one of the reasons I ask that is because the name Escape in Time for that campaign, I'm wondering if that's some kind of clue, maybe something that will help us answer some of the clues in this prelude. We work on a lot of treasure hunts, and sometimes the things that are just right there in plain sight in front of you that we look over all the time are the simplest things to help you find an answer or get to the end. It's just something that I had noticed with the Escape Prelude name, Escape in Time. Maybe there's something there. I don't want you to like give us any answers or hints or anything, but it's just an observation I'm making just looking at it fresh right now.
I love it. We welcome our community to keep making all these suggestions and sharing them with each other and collaborating. That's another thing that we're excited to see how it plays out, because of course it is a treasure hunt for money, but we also really want the community to engage and work together. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. But yeah, we love it. And we have some people who are going to look really, really deep into clues and hints, and some people will look on the surface. And I'll tell you that everything and anything could be a hint in the game.
That's like a classic treasure hunter thing too, right? How many times do we go way too far deep in a rabbit hole that has nothing to do with anything? So that could be interesting. The potential of earning $100,000 in potential monthly prizes, that's a really big incentive. Like, why?
That's life-changing money.
Yes. So what gave you this idea to be, let's give away cash?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a game that we want to go viral and to have and inspire, actually, really thousands of people around the world to want to play every day, and to give us that hour, 2 hours a day commitment to actually playing our game. And it's one thing to have one prize, but to keep someone motivated forever. Games and playing are definitely, and having fun and interacting with your family and your friends and your community is a big part of it. But of course, money is also a fantastic incentive.
Yeah.
And we wanted something that was life-changing, was something very big to talk about and grow and to go viral. So it's an exciting number to talk about.
Well, it's got my attention, let me tell you.
Nothing small there.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Like the prelude's $1,000 for the person that wins, and that's no small chunk of change either. That's a really nice prize to get for a week's worth of work, right? For playing with an app, right? That's pretty killer.
That is.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Most treasure hunts that come out these days are based around like a website, based around a book that has come out. So this is an app. I might be answering my own question here, but is the reason that you went this avenue because you just wanted to make something completely unique? Is that like, because you're all artists, you have musicians on your team, is that right?
Yeah, and all the music, all the art, everything is handcrafted internally.
Yeah, and you can't do that in a book, right? So, you have a very unique team that has a skill set that allows you to do something as unique and, potentially massive as this game might become. This is, a lot of people are going to go after this, $100,000 prize you do every month.
I'm going to be boots on the ground.
Well,
in your neighborhood, right?
Yes.
First.
So yeah, it's a great question. And I guess there's a lot of answers to that. The first one is we don't want it to be just a traditional game. So we do want the concept of treasure hunts to still be a big part of this game. Like I said, the final page treasure puzzle, require you to actually pull out pen and paper and to zoom in on the different pages and read them and carefully examine them. So it still has a very book-esque puzzling style to it. But then mobile gives us a lot more opportunities. In the prelude, there's a little bit of it, and in the main game, there's a lot more. But we've introduced some augmented reality games in the prelude. Like I said, to not overhype it, it's very minimal. But in the main game, we have some very large augmented reality concepts coming through, and then also very geolocation, where you have to actually walk around your neighborhood. And again, in the prelude, it's more minimal, but in the bigger game, we have huge concepts for you to actually engage in your community. And both of those ideas can't be realized through a website or a book. So we want to bring the ideas of a book, but also the ability to have immersive music, interactive gameplay, geolocation, AR, all wrapped into a single experience.
Wow.
It's fantastic. I love the integration of the augmented reality stuff. I'm excited to see what you guys do with it, because it's been in a couple of recent high profile mobile games, but I'm excited to see what you guys can do with it, because it's just a fun little thing, or maybe it's not that little, maybe it's a big thing.
In the main game, some of the augmented reality that we have planned is quite massive. In the prelude, again, just to keep things simple, to have the focus on the puzzles, that's what we really want the community's feedback on. We've removed a lot of the larger augmented reality interactives, and just kept some more of the smaller ones, again, to put emphasis on the feedback on puzzles.
That's awesome. I'm super excited to give this thing a shot. I'm going to win the $1,000.
Okay. I'm not sharing with him.
One of the other things to also talk about that we're really looking for community feedback on is also the ability to skip certain features in the game. Okay. So, of course, we want the game to be 100% fair when it comes to winning the money. Mm-hmm. So the final puzzle, there is no hints, there is no skippability, there is absolutely no way for you to get an advantage over another player when it comes to the final puzzle and actually getting the cash prize. However, for the daily interactives, there are certain ways for you to be able to get hints and to skip certain things. So as you play on, the mini games and interactives get harder. And if you get stuck, you can use coins to skip a mini game. Or as you're actually solving the daily page, you can use coins to get a hint to actually help you solve that page. And so one of the things we want to engage our community with is, I guess, around what they would like to see in the larger campaigns we release. Do they like the ability for you to pretty much be able to skip anything all the way up to that final treasure? Or would they like to see things more restricted so that you can't, use coins to actually get deeper into the game faster? Okay. So that's a big part that we want to get feedback from the community on.
I haven't experienced it yet, but just thinking about it, I say to those people, anybody that wants to skip the portions of the puzzle, feel free. I'm going to probably just try to power through them and figure them out myself. And that will probably help me be better prepared to solve that final puzzle.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a big thing. Doing the puzzles every day will definitely give people an advantage when it comes to the final puzzle, because they will have been immersed in the experience and engaging with the pages, and will actually have a better idea of how the game works and the storyline, and being able to actually come to a conclusion quicker about where the final treasure might be hidden. But then another big reason why we introduced the ability to get hints is because we're also testing the community to understand how difficult we should make the puzzles as well. So we have a whole wide range of different puzzle styles, mm-hmm. as well as difficulty. Some are medium to hard, and some are very difficult. And so we want to kind of understand how people actually engage with the game. So we have analytics plugged in to really analyze where people actually skip and get hints versus solving the page and how long it takes, so we can understand, which puzzles people liked or got stuck on, to really help drive our larger games to understand what our community likes to play.
That's a good point. But even on that same similar note, can you tell us what the secret circle is and kind of how that works?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got a secret circle. I've got a lot of people in my secret circle
Push
already.
you out of my secret circle.
So the secret circle is our, I guess, tight-knit community. And for the prelude, essentially, it's a tool for people to be incentivized to tell their friends and family about the game, and then they'll receive free coins to be able to use them for like I said, skipping mini games and buying hints. So it's a nice little marketing tool in the launch. But after the prelude, the secret circle is going to become much more. We have some very, very exciting ideas around the secret circle. A lot more real world play, a lot more interactives, a lot of we're creating a whole portal for the secret circle team and community to engage on. So there's some exciting things coming. But to start, the secret circle is just a tool for people to connect with their friends and family.
That's awesome. I've probably had somewhere close to 40 people sign up using my link for the secret circle already. So I'm going to have lots of coins to start off the game if I wanted to.
I was going to say, I thought you weren't going to use your coins.
I'm probably not. I'm going to plan on not. But it's out, like, for people that aren't familiar with treasure hunting or working out these kind of puzzles, I think there's a real benefit of being able to skip the puzzle with the coins, because then you can, unless I'm understanding it incorrectly, you can learn basically how that puzzle was or should have been solved, right? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
You get to see the answer, right? So it gives you the answer.
Correct.
Okay.
And it doesn't just immediately give you the answer or just automatically skip the page. You actually get kind of like a low, medium, high clue or hint first, and then you get the answer. So it actually allows people who genuinely want to solve the page but are stuck to be able to just get a nudge to help them continue progressing. So the coin doesn't just skip the page and then you move on. So definitely it is designed to help people who really want to learn how to become better puzzlers understand and get some clues to move on.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah. We definitely want to encourage people who are large secret circle backers or individuals who are going to collect a lot of coins to not use them unless you truly are stuck, because you can kind of ruin some of the fun by just skipping a lot. Because remember, it is timed release, so there's no rush. You can save all your coins, and then on that last day, if you're still on page 2, you can use your coins and burn all the way through to get caught up. But we recommend not doing that until the end, so that you actually have the fun and enjoyment of solving the puzzles and learning. Because if you struggle and you don't teach yourself along the way, you will struggle at the end to find the final treasure. So we really recommend you delve in as much as possible.
Very smart.
Watch Dustin, make sure he doesn't go using those coins. Got to get a tally at the beginning so I can pick on him if he starts using them too much.
Whatever. You keep an eye on me. That's fine.
Someone's got to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm glad that's going to basically teach people to do some of these kind of puzzles. That's super helpful. The only way the community is going to grow is if people know how to solve these things, right? If they go and they get defeated, they're not going to come back.
Exactly.
And so, yeah.
We really want to inspire all generations. This game is definitely designed for everyone to be able to play, to fall in love with the idea of solving puzzles and mysteries and treasure hunts. It's such a cool concept and a mystical thing that we as children always talked about and played with. But as you get older, you kind of lose that enjoyment around it. And we just want to bring that back. It's such a cool just mission to go and hunt for that buried treasure. And we hope to do that with Hidden Secrets.
Yeah, well, I think you're on your way to getting a lot of people on board and having a lot of new puzzlers out there being able to solve these things.
Yeah, and I've got a question. At the beginning, I also remember you saying, yeah, you've got people on there that do treasure hunts on your team. And then I'm just curious in general, what is your guys' background, any of you, with treasure hunting and puzzle solving? Are there other treasure hunts in particular that you guys have enjoyed working on, whether it be together or individually?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of us are the traditional armchair treasure hunters. We loved our whole life getting into the books, like Masquerade,
Yes.
especially, and a few of the other ones. And I remember even as a child myself with my mom trying to solve some of them, and it was such an amazing experience being able to get immersed in the story, but then also have this underlying challenge at the same time. And we wanted to bring that to the modern age. But a lot of us on the team are also into geocaching. Every one of us is massively into escape rooms. Whenever we do team meetups, we almost always go to an escape room together because a lot of us are around the world. We travel a lot or we're based out of different places, but we always get together often. And when we do, we love to do escape rooms. So a lot of modern day puzzling and treasure hunting, but armchair treasure hunts for sure is the most that we've all engaged in.
That's cool. Yeah, we love Masquerade. We love all those things too. We're getting
We're in pretty deep.
Yeah, we're in really deep.
Or else we wouldn't have, 3 podcasts about treasure hunting.
One of the other big things we want to differentiate ourselves with too is actually having solvable treasure hunts though, where people actually do win the prize and winners are announced and winners can share their story with the world, and then more treasure hunts are released. The concept of like the Forest Fin treasure hunt is amazing. We've all tried to solve it here in Hidden Secrets, and we've really enjoyed it. But at the end of the day, the concept of like, is it actually real or is it just a really big fun hoax/game is always in the back of your mind. And one of the big things we want to do with Hidden Secrets is make sure that that's completely not part of the story. We want you to know that it's real, and we want people to put in the energy because they know the reward is real. So that is a big differentiator with us.
Okay, cool.
So what you're saying is that the prelude is not going to start with begin it where warm water's halt. No, that's great.
Can I ask you, is there anything you wanted to add that we didn't touch?
From our perspective, we just kind of want to ask the community to please give us their feedback. We have a lot of channels open, Facebook, email. We'll be very active on Facebook this week. The entire team will be on there answering questions, helping people out. We know it's a brand new game. There could be some bugs or issues, and we will be fully active 24/7. If anyone has any issues or anything, just immediately reach out to us and we can help you resolve any of the issues or bugs you're having. Even if you're stuck on a puzzle or want some additional help or ideas, please reach out to us. And of course, your feedback as you're playing the game. If you have really cool ideas, you get inspiration, please share it with us so that we can try to help bring that stuff to fruition.
So the best way for people to provide feedback to you is Facebook, is your email. What's the best way?
Facebook.com/Hidden Secrets app is the best way to proactively communicate with us. You'll get a response very quickly and we'll be able to engage you. But also in the game itself, under the settings, there is a feedback button, and we've created a form where you can fill out certain information very specifically about the game and concepts that you've already passed through so that you can provide that additional feedback more directly related to features in the game.
Great. Yeah, I'll definitely be using that button. So,
and then I guess the last thing I would like to add is please, everyone on both the App Store and Play Store, slam that 5-star rating. Because even if there are things in the game that frustrate you or whatever, this is an ongoing, very community-driven game. So the more reviews we get allows us to continue funding the game and growing the game. So please, everyone who's listening, no matter how you're feeling, go up the 5 stars, please, and then give us your feedback so that we can take it all into consideration and actually make a game as we continue growing year on year with all of your feedback.
Well, if you're going to give people $1,000 here, $100,000 there, I don't see you getting very bad feedback, right? Or bad ratings on Google. Who else gives people opportunities to make $100,000, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then, something I noticed, because when people have gone in to find Hidden Secrets app, make sure to type in Hidden Secrets app, not Hidden Secrets, right?
Yeah, got to have the app on there. Yeah.
That's correct. Yes. Great point. If you type Hidden Secrets app, will come up. In the iOS App Store, we're ranking really high. So Hidden Secrets will almost always float us at the top. Android is a little bit more competitive, so you definitely type Hidden Secrets app to find the game itself.
Great.
Perfect. Yeah, well, we're really looking forward to it. When we record our next podcast next week, we will be sure to tell everybody about our experience and our progression through the prelude. And if anybody wants to chat with us about it too, reach out.
Yeah,
we're Mr. S. We want to, thank you for your time and thank you for giving us the lowdown of Hidden Secrets app. We're super stoked about it. I'm sharing it with all of my friends. I'm going to get all of my family members to play. And I hope someone I know wins the $1,000, but congratulations in advance to whoever does win.
Yes.
It's an exciting time.
Thank you for giving us 2 years of your life towards development of this. That's a lot of time and effort for you and your team to put out there, and we're really appreciative
on something that's kind of unknown, right? It's like an unknown, unproven spot, and they're going in for it. They're jumping in. They're gonna make it happen, and I only see things going way up for them. So we're excited for you guys.
Woo woo!
Thank you so much. That's amazing feedback. We're excited to share this with the world, and thank you so much. I feel honored to be able to speak on your first podcast.
Yeah, thank you for being a guest. That's awesome.
And that being said, we'd also like to give 5 of your listeners 1,000 coins. So we have some promo codes.
Awesome.
I'll leave it up to you guys how you want to give them away.
Okay.
But I'll send you guys some five promo codes for 1,000 coins. So
awesome.
Perfect. You can reward your listeners.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. That'll make getting into the game even easier for some people. So we're excited to be able to give those away on your guys' behalf. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, that was exciting.
Exciting. That was awesome.
You know what? I said exciting a lot during that episode.
Well, it's probably because you were very excited.
I was very excited. I think I need to bust out the thesaurus, though.
Why? Get some more language in your vocabulary?
Yeah, I need to switch it up. I want to be more than just excited. Thrilled.
Thrilled. That's a good one.
Zealous. Full of zeal.
Okay, that's
no.
Weird.
No on that one?
Whatever. You could just be happy that this cool treasure hunt is coming out on Saturday, which is August 17th. That's
August 17th?
That's like now, basically, It's like...
Pretty much.
This podcast is coming out on Friday, so on Saturday is when this thing is launching. And if you hear this on Sunday or Monday, it's no big deal. You could always catch up. If you wanted to get in onto that Hidden Secrets app, you don't have to worry about being late a day or two.
Yep, just like we kind of talked about before, right? Yeah. You can jump on in.
Well, that's a really unique, cool thing about this treasure hunt. The way they're able to do it digitally, have the catch-up mechanism, everybody's included, nobody gets too far of a advantage. This is awesome.
I love that you can still play the game. Like, after it's whoever has won.
Yeah.
It's still a game. It's still this fun puzzle game you can get in.
Mm-hmm. What if you're the winner? You're going to want to share the campaign that you won with the world and be like, hey, guess what? See all this stuff? That was me. I won that.
I won that
Boom.
one. Can you do that?
Yeah, and then challenge them. Then you could challenge them to just solve what you solved because they can go back and play through it. And then you could challenge them, hey, I bet you can't beat me next campaign.
I bet you actually what would be smartest is if you take the winner and you say, hey, you should join my secret circle, because I get a feeling that'll be good.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The secret circle might just be the community as a whole. I don't know that you have your own personal secret circle. Maybe we should have got some clarification on that.
Well, that's things that we want to know, right? They want feedback.
Yeah, well, and I will ask that in the with that feedback button, right? That's one of the things I could ask.
That is one of the things.
That was killer. That was awesome. Thanks to Mr. S once again. That was just a fun time.
A good time had by all.
Totally. So we are going to be signing off pretty soon, but we just want to let you guys know we will have a new episode next week.
Yes.
We might even have another special guest, so be on the lookout for another interview.
Exactly. And you know what? He just gave us the opportunity to give away 5 codes.
Duh, yeah.
So we need to figure out how we're going to do that.
This was just sprung on us, so we didn't have anything prepared. Maybe in the future we could have some kind of, I don't know, we could create our own little puzzle.
Yeah, little
or something.
puzzle.
Or maybe, Darren, we should have asked them to create a little puzzle. They're the puzzle masters.
I bet you they got
there.
a couple extra puzzles laying around.
That's okay. There's short notice. We want to get these coins into people's
We want to get them into their pockets.
basically digital
pockets.
Yeah. So that they can use them during the Prelude event, right?
Exactly. Something quick, simple.
Well, what do people usually do with giveaways? We've done a giveaway in the past on our other podcast, the Oak Island podcast, where they liked our page, shared a post. That's pretty simple. Why don't we do that?
Let's just roll with that. So go ahead, go in and like Boots and Armchairs, a Treasure Hunters podcast Facebook page.
Boom.
And then also make sure you like the Hidden Secrets app Facebook page.
Okay, that sounds good. That's
and
fair.
you're gonna see this episode on our Facebook page on a post. Share it.
Boom. And then they're in to win?
And then you're in to win. And then let's see here. That gives them a couple days to do that.
Why? What day are we going to award the coins?
I would think, in my head, I'm thinking Monday, because that gives them a weekend to play and tell people as they're out and about or whatever.
Okay.
And then
So this
that
will be
way,
a pretty quick turnaround. You have basically Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to like our Facebook page, Boots and Armchairs. You have to like the Hidden Secrets app Facebook page and share that post.
yes.
Okay.
Once you do that, then you're entered to win. In it to win it, we'll let you know on Monday who the winners are to get those coins.
Why don't we do like a Facebook Live?
We can do a Facebook Live.
Where we do a drawing or whatever. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
and that way we can share it, get these coins out to you, and then you still have 5 more days on this Prelude to be able to
Use 'em. Okay.
or play or keep them in your digital pocket.
That sounds fantiferific.
Fantiferific, fantabulous,
Fantastical.
awesome possum.
There you go. All of those things. You're weird.
You're weird. Or not.
Okay.
Okay, so that is it.
That's the end of the first episode?
That's the end of the first episode.
Wow. Well, thanks for everybody sticking around, listening to the whole episode. And I just want to mention it one more time. Saturday, August 17th is when Hidden Secrets app goes live. And that's when you can start solving the puzzles and sharing the post and getting into a contest to win those free coins. August 17th. Just need to say it a couple more times to get it ingrained in everybody's heads, right?
Yes, and then, of course, please connect with us. We want to hear about what else you want to hear about.
Yeah, and what you're searching for. What kind of treasures are you guys searching for?
What kind of awesome or crazy, not awesome stories do you have from being out treasure hunting? I know we've got some weird ones.
Yeah, if you want to share some kind of crazy story, we might just be able to read it on the air. Just email us. That's at bootsandarmchairs@gmail.com.
Yes, or you can send us a message through Facebook, which is at Boots and Armchairs, which is our page, which you're going to like anyways in order to enter this contest.
And it's the same for Instagram, right? The same handle?
It sure is, Boots and Armchairs, but it is different for Twitter.
Yes, it is. It's at Treasure Hunt Pod, right?
That is correct, because Boots and Armchairs apparently is too long for Twitter.
Yeah, but it says what we are because we're a treasure hunt podcast. Pod.
Woo, woo. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. You know how to find us. You know how to get a hold of us.
That might be a wrap for the first episode. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and just share this and give us thumbs up where you can. If this is on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and maybe even throw a comment in there and say how much you enjoy it. Give us a rating. This is like the beginning, right? We don't have any reviews on iTunes, or is it not iTunes anymore?
No, they tell you stop using the word iTunes.
My bad.
It
Apple
is
Podcasts.
Apple
Okay.
Podcast.
So we can use some 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts that help people
And
know
Stitcher.
that we exist, and Stitcher, and
Yep.
we're on Spotify.
Correct.
So any of those places that you get a podcast, we're there. Click like, thumbs up, subscribe. Tell a friend. Give us a review, and we'll bring more fun content each and every week. So tune in next time to Boots and Armchairs.
A Treasure Hunters podcast.
Boom.